It was a successful night for Somali-American politicians, including Ilhan Omar, the most prominent Somali-American politician who won re-election for her Minnesota 5th district seat. For more perspective, let's turn to VOA Somali's senior editor, Harun Maruf. Harun, tell us more about the Somali-American winners.
Yeah, the Somali-American wave. 12 Somali-Americans have won their elections. In Minnesota, there were 12 candidates. 8 of them won. 2 won in Ohio and another 2 in Maine. Ohio, Minnesota, and Maine are some of the heavily populated states in the United States for the Somali community. And the main winners are Ilhan Omar, who was elected for the 3rd time to the Congress. But there are also newcomers, a young lady who's just turned 25, Zainab Mohammed. She's going to become the youngest Black Muslim state Senate member in Minnesota. We have also Deqadala in May. In Maine, she made a history last year when she became the first Somali-American mayor of a U.S. city. She's now being elected to the State House. She will be joined by a young candidate. Her name is Mana Abdi. She will also become a member of the state legislature. In Ohio, they are also making history. 2 Somalis for the first time entered the State House legislatives. So there's big wins for Somali Americans.
Do you think that the Somali American community makes the most winners in terms of those candidates with African roots vying for elected positions here in the U.S.?
Somali American women were the biggest winners. I can say that because 7 out of the 12 winners last night were women, and they have been performing magnificently. And that's in a quite contrast to the situation of Somali women back home, which they are struggling in getting enough representation in the parliament. For instance, in the last 2 elections, women in Somalia have failed to get 30% in the 2 houses of the parliament. That's the percentage that they were allocated by male politicians. So still they were not able to get the number that they were promising. But in the diaspora, the situation is quite different because women in the diaspora have opportunities that women back home do not have. They can be elected in their neighborhoods, they can campaign freely, and they can be supported locally, their education institutions, and also their local community. But in Somalia, people who are joining the parliament have to be selected by clan elders. And the clan elders usually favor men. So that's why women back home have restrictions.
Let me tell you, the girls in Somalia, the women in Somalia are watching the Somali-American women winning posts here in the U.S. So don't be surprised next polls. Harun, thank you very much.